Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Look, I have been watching everything and I have been just taking in everything. It's a quite interesting situation. What's good on the Empress? Y'all, the crazy thing is, I had my opinion about this circumstance and situation, and I went on whose platform? I spoke to Dovey about my opinion briefly on her live a couple of days ago. And then I spoke to Brianna on her live about my opinion. But I think Brianna took that live down because I went back to rewatch it because I didn't catch the whole thing and it was down, y'all. What's good, C Mac? What's good, Black Girl Magic? The live was down where I was giving my opinion over there on Brianna's. And I thought long and hard, like, do I want to give an opinion about this situation? And I think I do. And what's interesting to me is that people assume that because I'm currently on probation, that I don't have a right to an opinion. But if we are going to be honest and smart people, you should take my opinion because I am currently on probation. So I already know the ins and outs of much of this stuff that people are going through. It's funny how they try to use that probation as a dig up in my comment section. But meanwhile, bitch, well, if anybody should know, shouldn't I know, bitch? Shouldn't I know? Shouldn't I? What's good, Eartha? What is good, Jessica Michelle? How you doing? What's good, everybody? Thank y'all for joining me. Please like this video. So, y'all, I have been watching the back and forth that's been going on between VS and 5Babe. I know VS is supposed to be taking other people to court up in the Mo3 sector. I haven't been following that as much. Only the beef sector is what I've been following, but that doesn't mean that this video might not be helpful to the people in the Mo3 sector. What's good, Queen Sanity? Hey, everybody. Hey, Nova. That doesn't mean that what I'm about to say here up in this video is not going to be helpful to the people. I think it's Skoka in the Mo3 sector that's having this issue with VS. So this is what I have to say, and I have to be blatantly honest. I like 5Babe. Me and 5Babe made amends. I guess it was last fall. And me and her been good. And that's why I was really hoping that somebody up in Babe Nation would be able to speak to her more about this circumstance. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Also, I have to let it be known that I tried to do my part yesterday. And I hit up 5Babe via IG, but she never did check my my IG. And then also I tried to call her on the IG, but she didn't answer my call. And then I sent her one email. So with that being said, I did my part. Wouldn't you agree? I did my part trying to reach out before speaking publicly about what I'm about to speak about. What's good, Phenomenal Scorpio? Hey, it's me, Felicia. Because the last thing that I wanted was for her to feel like that I am trying to come on here to harm her with this court situation. Because if I can recall correctly, even whenever I was going through my own court shit, 5Babe didn't try to harm me. So that's why I wasn't trying to harm her. I genuinely treat people how they treat me. And that's the honest to God truth. But either way, let me go ahead and get into the reason why I came here. So I labeled this video the bystander effect and copyright issues. Now there are two different issues that I want to touch upon within this video. And they are listed here up in the title. The bystander effect and the copyright issues. So first off, I guess we could start with the copyright issue. Unfortunately, there is no way around copyright infringement. If you stole the work of somebody, you stole the work of somebody. It is what it is, y'all. I didn't learn that from YouTube. Let's not forget, I got my bachelor's in film production and my master's in screenwriting, in which I had plenty of copyright classes that I had to take. Because in order to be a thorough filmmaker or screenwriter, you have to know the ins and outs of copyright in order to avoid people taking legal action against you later on down the line. And the thing is, with copyright issues, they can come and get you a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later. If I'm not mistaken, in certain cases with copyright issues, I'm not even sure there is a statute of limitation, because you cannot go and pursue a copyright issue legally if you don't even know that the issue even exists out there. So, for that reason, this particular issue is one of those few ones where there is not a harsh statute of limitations, because you have to find out about it before you can report it anyway. So with that said, when I first clicked on Dovey's link a couple of days ago, she was speaking about how YouTube said this and YouTube said that. I tried to explain to Dovey, hey to everybody, sparkling water, everybody. I tried to explain to Dovey that YouTube does not make the law. YouTube does not enforce the law. YouTube enforces its own community guidelines and its rules and regulations here, but they don't enforce anything. And I was trying to let Dovey know that by saying, hey, YouTube can say one thing, but a court of law can say something totally different. And that's facts. Now, many people know that I have been in and out of the court system a few times, so I should know. But not only that, I'm using what I learned through my education, my higher education, in order to try to explain to you guys what's going on. So I'm gonna start with copyright issues first, y'all. That's going to be the point that I'm going to start with right here. So let me go ahead and present my screen. And please like the video as y'all come in. I'm here trying to educate y'all, so please like the video. And let me tell you, I paid a hefty sum to get this education that I'm trying to share with y'all. And just because I'm on probation, that don't mean that my knowledge is gone. Just because I have probation, that don't mean that I don't have freedom of speech, or that I can't speak on an issue. So please stop with the probation bullshit. So let me share my screen. So if y'all can see my screen, this is the copyright.gov. This is the website for the United States Copyright Office. As filmmakers, as a screenwriter, this website I utilize regularly when I have brand new content that I have come up with, whether it's a treatment for a script, whether it's a complete script, whether it's a short script, whether it's an idea, whether it is actually a completed copy of film, anything like that. You actually use this website in order to come on and register your work. This is why we have this button here that says registration. If you look here, it says copyright is a type of intellectual property that protects original works of authorship as soon as the author fixes the work in a tangible form of expression. In copyright law, there are a lot of different types of work, including paintings, photographs, illustrations, musical compositions, sound recordings, computer programs, books, poems, blog posts, movies, architectural works, plays, and so much more. If you actually take the time to visit this website, which is copyright.gov, and it's from the United States Copyright Office, you can really go into depth about copyright. It gives you so much information. You can click on the links. You can get more information about who can use work, what work you can use, all of this. This is the reason why it's very rare that you will see me use somebody's content on my channel, because I learned all of this in school. I already know what it gives. So I knew damn well once I got up on YouTube, I wasn't even trying to go into them waters or make no type of mistake like that. Even right here it says, who is a copyright owner? They said here, based on the United States Copyright Office, they say everyone is a copyright owner. Once you create an original work and fix it, like taking a photograph, writing a poem or a blog, or recording a new song, you are the author and the owner. You are the author and the owner. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They not saying you are only the owner if YouTube say you were the owner. No. If you created it and you can prove that you created it first, you are the owner. So now that I talked about that, let me get back over here. And please like my video, y'all. So now that we already know that if in fact Fababe used something from VS, then VS was the original owner. There is no argument about that. What people fail to realize is that YouTube only has made their guidelines to mirror what the copyright.gov website deems as copyright and copyright infringement. All they have done is taken the actual government website based on the United States Copyright Office, and they have in turn made rules and guidelines for this website based on what is listed there. And they did it for a very good reason, to avoid them from getting any lawsuits. Not to mention, copyright is a big deal. And this is the thing that I was trying to explain to plenty of people, that copyright is a law that is a law like any other. In some cases, it could be criminal, but most of the time, it's not. Now that we have kind of delved into what copyright is, the fact is, whatever it was that was borrowed, whether if it was 1 minute, 30 seconds, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it was the original art of VS. It was the original video of VS. Therefore, nobody should be using it without her permission. And that's even including myself. This is not me going at Fababe, because I like Fababe. But to be honest, I appreciate Fababe so much to do this video to tell her the truth. Because what I've witnessed is, I've been in Fababe's live and I've just been right there up in the bushes. Fair use law does depend on certain things, but it has to be for educational purposes. The fair use claim, it has a lot of different things, but even you can still claim fair use, but that's not going to stop somebody from taking your ass to court. Now, if I got on here right now and I streamed the movie Friday, everybody is familiar with the movie Friday, and I streamed the first 10 minutes of it. I mean, the movie is 2 hours long. What's 10 minutes? If you think by any chance that I'm going to be able to stream the first 10 minutes of Friday up on my channel and I'm not breaking the copyright law, and that YouTube ain't going to snatch my video, or that I ain't going to be getting some type of email, and I could say all day long, this is for fair use, this is for fair use. You can use that disclaimer, but that disclaimer does not stop people from suing your ass if they didn't give you the permission to use it. I could come on here and stream the first 10 minutes of Friday and say, well, I only did 10 minutes. The movie is 20 minutes long. The people who created that movie did not give me permission to do that. So I could talk about fair use all day long. That doesn't matter, because they didn't give me permission to use it anyway. People, and I've been saying this for the longest. That's why you never see me get on here talk about this is for fair use and this is for the contract of 1973 and this is for this, that, and the third and all this. No. Because at the end of the day, The key word in fair use is use. And if you didn't get permission to use that, ain't nothing fair about that use. Somebody could still sue your ass. Now, these are the things that I tried to inform the B sector of whenever I first hit the scenes in like 2018 when I first was making content. People didn't want to listen to me. They wanted to label me all types of dummies and all this type of bullshit. But the fact is, my stance is still the same, and now I see this happening right here. But let me get to the next point. I did try to reach out to 5A behind the scenes, but I didn't get any response. So now I'm just going to explain my stance here on the StreamYard, and I hope that she's not offended, because I did try to reach out to try to give her some of the knowledge that I had about this circumstance, but I got no response. So let's go on to the next thing. If I didn't care about the situation, I wouldn't come here and lend what I know about this. Meanwhile, I know damn well that Babe Nation is full of many women who are educated, who might be scholars, might have professional careers, things like that. I know damn well somebody in all of them people has to have known more information to try to give more guidance about this. Mercury X3. Hold on. Because not Mercury X3 is telling me what YouTube said. Let me go ahead and go back to the United States Copyright Office. United States Copyright Office. United States Copyright Office did not say you can give your opinion and have to stop. That's what the United States Copyright Office did not say. They don't agree to those terms. This is what I'm telling you. In order to make sure that you stay in the clear when it comes to copyright issues, you need to go based on what the United States Copyright Office says and not based on hearsay. You need to go based on what the United States Copyright Office has put into law and not what you think that you heard somebody say. Oh, well, you could play a few minutes of it and then you got to talk and then you could play, then you got to talk. No. Did y'all forget that I just gave Brian a whole strike about 2 weeks ago for playing my shit? And Brian played my shit and he did all this talking. He distorted the sound of my voice. He sped up the video. He did all of this editing work and shit like that. And guess what? I still struck the fuck out of his ass because it's still my content. So please understand, when I'm telling you what the law is related to copyright based on the United States Copyright Office website, please stop trying to think that you know what you're talking about, because what goes and what is finally said and done is based on what's on this website. So if our babe wants to research this, she needs to take a visit to this website and start reading about what copyright truly is. Many people try to use that as an excuse so that they could play other people's stuff and say, well, I only played 30 seconds and then I talked and then I played 30 more seconds and then I talked. No, bitch. If it's mine, you don't play none of my shit without my permission, period. And even the United States Copyright Office agrees. That's where I got my information from, to the point to where I was able to flag Brian, and he thought that because he sped up the voice, I couldn't get him. He thought because he only played 1 minute at a time, I couldn't get him. No, bitch, I could still get you because it's my shit and I didn't give you permission to put my shit up there, and that's why he got a strike. My shit got taken down. I'm telling you what the United States Copyright Office says. So all this other stuff that you don't have a source to cite, don't tell me about it, Mercury, because I'm telling you what the site says. I'm telling you what the site says. So let me stop that screen share. It was removed and he currently has a strike. He couldn't appeal it. That's why they removed it. You can't appeal something that YouTube sees that you clearly took my content. You cannot appeal the truth. An appeal means that there is something that's not factual within it, and then you can try to appeal it. But once I presented all my documentation with all the timestamps, when I presented my documentation with all the timestamps based on what Brian had stolen from out of my video, YouTube removed it immediately. He can't appeal what's the truth. So anyway, moving along. And please like my video. With all of the people that I thought would have been in Fi Babe's corner up in her chat to try to lead her into a different direction, they didn't. I saw them egging her on, paying her this money for her to call LegalZoom and impersonate VS Icon. Now, we all remember back in the day when Tracy called impersonating Fi Babe to get information about Fi Babe's court situation to see if Fi Babe actually had a restraining order out on VS and all this kind of stuff. You know, we remember that whenever Tracy did that. And Fi Babe didn't like that at all. Now, granted, when Tracy did it, Tracy used Fi Babe's government name. That's the only difference that I could see. When Tracy did it, Tracy called in using Fi Babe's government name. Whereas when Fi Babe did it today on her live, she used VS Icon as a stage name. Which I will give Fi Babe credit. That was a smart move. Had Fi Babe used VS government name, she would be in a whole lot more trouble. But I have to also say that even with her using the stage name, at this particular time, considering the circumstance, I would not have advised Fi Babe to do that, especially not on live. Because we all know that VS is a sneaky ass motherfucker. She is conniving, and she probably already downloaded that video and trying to use it to help her case as well. It's period. Period. So, the fact that happened, and I'll give you that on me, it could be a stretch. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't have advised her. I wouldn't have advised her to do it on live. Now, if she had wanted to do it just for her satisfaction, I would have told her to not do it on live, not for VS to be able to record it, because VS could easily try to manipulate that and make herself even more of a victim. Let's start there. I was listening to Olivia do her commentary and say how VS ain't a victim in all this, which I mean to a certain degree, in many circumstances, she isn't. But when it comes to her work being used without her permission, she is. That's facts. I think it's very interesting that people act like because somebody done had a blemish on their record or done had a run-in with the law, that they have no way to be a victim, when I know damn well that many of these motherfuckers that's on here talking, they definitely got records. They got mug shots. They done been to jail. They done did all of this stuff. And if anything happens to them, they have every right as an American citizen, as long as you ain't like a felon or something like that, you have every right to report what may have happened to you. What's good, D-Spot, and happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. So, I feel like anything that VS could use, Fi Babe is defending right now. If y'all noticed when my court stuff was on the horizon, I ain't talk about shit. Because I didn't need nothing else to be used against me in my court appearance. Meanwhile, y'all watched it go down. Y'all watched people report about it. Y'all watched everything. But one thing that I was smart enough to know was that I'm not coming on here to try to give any ammunition to further make a situation tough for me, given that I'm a defendant in a situation. And all I'm saying is, with Fi Babe being a defendant in a situation, she should not be coming on here giving anything that could potentially be twisted and turned to go against her. And I don't know why Babe Nation sat up there giving her all this money, basically egging her along to do this, when you just never know. I mean, at this point, people are confident that VS don't have an attorney. But who's not to say that she won't get one once a court date is done? I mean, you really can't sit comfortably whenever you are a defendant in a situation, is all I'm trying to say. But anyway, let me move on to my next point. I see you, chat rep. And I see everybody up in here. So my next point that I want to present to y'all is the bystander effect. So the bystander effect, y'all, I did a live about this a few years ago. And this is what I saw today in Five Babes Live with Babe Nation. And it's plenty of people from Babe Nation who support my channel. I appreciate the support. I'm not dragging y'all, but I'm just trying to explain to y'all what I witnessed today up in that live. So this is an article from Psychology Today regarding the bystander effect. The bystander effect occurs when the presence of others discourages an individual from intervening in an emergency situation against a bully or during an assault or other crime. The greater the number of bystanders, the less likely it is for any one of them to provide help to a person in distress. At this point, I think that Fi Babe is the person in distress. People are more likely to take action in a crisis when there are few or no other witnesses present. The reason why I equate what I just saw in Fi Babe's live earlier this morning to the bystander effect is because Fi Babe would be the person in distress, in my opinion, because she is the person that has this case spontaneously and sporadically thrown against her within the last couple of days. Now, of course, her actions are just actions of somebody being shell-shocked from some information that they might have got. But what I did notice is I know out of all them people in Babe Nation that was up in that live today, somebody knew that maybe, Fi Babe, the best thing ain't for you to contact on the live about this trademark thing. Fi Babe, it might not be best for you to taunt the person that's currently taking you to court. Fi Babe, it might not be best for you to keep coming on here admitting that you used the work, but you only used 1 minute of it. Fi Babe, it might not be best for you to do this. But you know why one person didn't stand up and say that? Because of the bystander effect. Because there were many others. The 1 or 2 people that could have spoke up and told Fi Babe something otherwise didn't do it because everybody else was doing something else. The bystander effect occurs when the presence of others discourages an individual from intervening. So the presence of the entire Babe Nation discouraged one person within Babe Nation to intervene and say, wait, Fi Babe, look, maybe this ain't the right route to go. The presence of the entire Babe Nation discouraged one individual from saying, well, maybe Fi Babe, if you're going to do the copyright, don't do it online. Don't do it on live for her to be able to use it against you. Nobody intervened because it's a crowd of them. And they get comfortable within their crowd. To the point that they so comfortable up in their crowd that they go along to get along instead of just being a one person to intervene and say, hey, maybe this ain't the right way to go, sis. Maybe this is not the right way to go. But they ain't do it. They all set up in there with the globes behind their names, watching Fi Babe make these possibly irrational decisions that could have a negative effect on the case. And they didn't say nothing because nobody else said anything. They didn't say nothing because, well, hell, the moderators ain't saying nothing, so I'm just going to be quiet. Well, hell, V. Lenore ain't saying nothing, so I'm just going to be quiet. Well, hell, everybody else super chatting her, egging her on. So let me go ahead and give her a super chat too and egg her on. Everybody else being seen telling her, "Go girl, go on girl, get her girl. You popped the girl. You about to get her girl." But meanwhile, ain't nobody coming through and telling her, "Hey, sis, maybe this ain't the route that you want to go because you are currently the defendant in the situation." Which means you will have to defend every single thing from here on out. Not only that, but even we'll get back to the copyright situation. Buying the name VS Icon is not going to stop a copyright lawsuit, y'all. Because if you looked at that court documents that's been floating around, there ain't nowhere on that court document in which it say that Fababe was being brought on copyright infringement charges from VS Icon. The court document said Susie L. Cordone was bringing Fababe against court charges for the copyright infringement. So what sense does it make to send all this money to buy the VS Icon name when VS Icon, that name didn't appear in any of the court documents, at least not that I could see based on what people posted? The court documents actually had VS's government name. So whether you buy VS Icon, whether you buy VS Iconic, whether you buy Vegan Sippy, whether you buy Vegan Sippy Conscious, VS Conscious, whoever, on the court documents it has her government name. So I'm trying to figure out what is buying the copyright, what is that proving? Because VS could change her name a million times up on here, but her content is still her content. Even on here, I go by J.Dunn. I go by the last Dunn. I just made a third page that I go by Dunn Dada. Whether it's J.Dunn, the last Dunn, Dunn Dada, either way, the content on those 3 channels belong to Jasmine Dunn. You can buy J.Dunn. You can buy the last Dunn. You can buy Dunn Dada. But the content on all 3 still belongs to Jasmine Dunn. And if I say that you don't have permission to play my stuff and I have to take you to the court of law, the name that I'm going to have to enter into the paperwork is going to be Jasmine Dunn. So buying up copyright names, it's not really going to prove a point. And not only that, but the dates don't match up. Courts are very smart to know that you didn't go and buy this until after you had already known that you were up in this trouble when it comes to the copyright infringement. When you start doing things like that hastily after you have already been put up on some type of legal situation by the courts, and you do it immediately after being notified of what's happening with you, they look at that as retaliation. They look at that as coming from a place of maliciousness. If you had already been about that, then you could say, "Hey, Judge, I have been on this. I've been on the copyright to this. She was offline for 3 years and I got the copyright to this then." But for you to get it after the fact and the dates on the paperwork that Fababe get are going to be after the fact of the dates on the paperwork that VS already had filed her copyright infringement case. Which means that the court's going to be able to say, "Well, wait a second. You only went and bought this after this. So were you retaliating against the plaintiff? Were you retaliating to get back at the plaintiff for pursuing this legally against you? Were you maliciously trying to do this against the plaintiff because the plaintiff took it into her hands to come into the court of law about this circumstance with her content?" Because either way, it's not going to change the fact of the content being used. Also, I heard that people were saying that, well, Fi Babe go and tell the courts about VS Pass and all this. You don't think the courts already know? You don't think that they already know about her past? You don't think that when she came there filing them documents and had to hand over her social security number and all that type of stuff, that they didn't run her social security number up in the computer to see what her past has, to see what crime she has, to see the fact that she done been in jail, to see the fact that she was banned off here for 3 years, to see the fact that she had a certain amount of time of probation, to see all that? As soon as you go up in there and you give your social, your date of birth, your government name, they gonna look through the computer and they gonna see all of that. And even with them seeing all of that already, they still granted this girl to be able to go against for copyright infringement. Well, I know that they can't use it against her, but I'm just hearing people say that. Like, even with people like saying that about me and my probation. Hell, I had to make one call to the police, but it was for something that was happening in my neighborhood locally. I had to make one call to the police here recently while I've been on probation. You don't know that they scanned me right on through? Scanned me, saw that I'm on probation, but they knew that I wasn't doing nothing wrong, but that I was calling based on the situation that was happening here in my neighborhood. You think they was about to arrest me and take me to jail just because I called them? No. Because anytime you go through the legal system, they're going to look it up and see for themselves who you are. Once you give whatever the information that you may need to give them, the first and last name, whatever, they're going to look and see. Soon as they scan your driver's license through, they're going to see. Soon as they put in your social security number, they're going to see. Soon as they put in your first and last name, address, and date of birth, they're going to see. They're going to see it. So for people to be like, well, if I just go up in there and tell them what she did, they already know. I was really flabbergasted to see them egging Fi Babe on as if Fi Babe know more than what the courts know. Child, that blew me. That blew me right there. When they like, you can go up in there and you can make sure that he know that she did this and she assaulted this person and she went to jail and she did this. So you mean to tell me that y'all think y'all know more than what the courts know? That y'all got more receipts than what they got? That y'all got more everything than what they motherfucking got? Y'all gotta stop all this. That's why I be laughing and saying people be looking foolish. But again, I'm on a good term with Fi Babe. I don't want her out here looking foolish. And because I didn't see anybody up in Babe Nation trying to tell her, and because I did try to reach out and I didn't get a response, I'm going to get here and I'm going to say what I think. I didn't tag her name up in this video, but I'm sure that word will get back to her about it. Because I'm not being malicious. I'm just coming with the facts that I know of based on my own circumstances. So anyway, as far as thinking that Fi Babe can go in the court and say, well, VS did this, VS did that, they already know. They already know. The main thing is Fi Babe is going to have to defend the copyright thing. But as long as she comes on live and admits to using even 1 minute of it, she is admitting fault. And I'm trying to figure out why Babe Nation ain't tell her. As long as she come up here and admit to using 1 minute, 1 second, she is admitting fault on a live. And I'm trying to figure out why Babe Nation ain't told her. But, you know, they all strong and they all a team and all this kind of stuff, and please like my video, so that's why they ain't told her. But Fi Babe, since they ain't telling you, I'm telling you. If I were you, I wouldn't come up on here and talk nothing else about that clip. I don't care how long it is. I don't care how much you use. Don't get on here and say nothing else about it, because VS is just in the back downloading and screen recording so that she could use it against you. Sagittarius Queen, I got to her last video probably like 20 minutes late. When I got there, she had the no red ball feature on, so I wasn't able to red ball it to the beginning to see what was going on. When they put that no red ball, unfortunately, you were stuck having to watch from the moment that you came in there, and the moment that I came in there, she was making the phone calls to the legal Zoom and things like that. Right, Janet Lee. It doesn't matter. It's two different situations. A judge will only let you talk about the present situation. That's correct. You can't come up in here about copyright infringement to tell about an assault and battery. That assault and battery that happened 3 years ago ain't got nothing to do with copyright infringement. Nothing at all to do with it, y'all. And I'm just trying to be the person to try to let Fi Babe know since nobody else did. And what else point that I want to make, y'all? I think I done touched on most of my points with it. But what I find hilarious is that people try to discount me for having an opinion about this because I'm on probation. But hell, I should be the person that should be able to tell you a little something about it, because I done been there, done that. And by the grace of the good Lord and my good attorney, I'm here to still talk to y'all and try to tell y'all where y'all might be going wrong. Still able to sit here and converse with y'all and be like, wait a minute, I don't think so. I don't know that that's going to fly. And again, in this video, I didn't give legal advice. I went directly to the source of the copyright.gov website, the United States Copyright Office, and I recommend that anybody who is a serious content creator familiarize yourself with that website. Even outside of YouTube, in my freelance work as a filmmaker and screenwriter, I've always been familiar with this site. Back then, when I used to try to do commentary about this, I didn't have a big audience over here. I might have had like 8 or 9 people up in here listening to me talk about this stuff. And now I'm revisiting the information with you again due to this circumstance. But anybody who is going to be serious about being a content creator and trying to take it to the next level, you better familiarize yourself with copyright laws and this damn site, because all YouTube is doing is taking the guidelines that this site, what the United States government requires as far as copyright goes, and they are formatting it to fit their platform in order they format it to fit their platform as a community guidelines rule, or as a copyright rule, or as what you have to do in order to make sure that you stay in line with the law when it comes to using other people's content. And again, just because YouTube says one thing, that doesn't matter. Somebody can still take you to court behind it. They could still take you to court behind it. Black Girl Magic. My channel is not monetized. You can only have memberships if you have a monetized channel. Currently, I'm not monetized. I have been considering reapplying for monetization, y'all, but I'm just really unsure if that's the route that I want to go. But the information is right there. The only way that you can actually beat the court system when it comes to copyright law is to go through this website and comb through it and use that information when you present your case and when you're trying to defend yourself. Fi Babe. That's the best way that you're going to be able to come with a defense for this particular circumstance. Buying a random name on LegalZoom ain't going to help you too much, because the person who is coming against you for the copyright infringement is not VS Icon. VS used her government name in that court documents when she coming at you. So I need you to know that. Please like my video, y'all. I guess I got a couple of more minutes. I will drop my link real quick just in case anybody wants to come up here. And again, I learned all this through film school and grad school, y'all. I've had to utilize this type of stuff within my day-to-day life whenever I'm doing collaborations, making short films, writing scripts for people. I've written a life story for a person before, and I sold that script to that person. I wrote the life story, but I had to be well aware about copyright because essentially, when you write somebody's life story, that's their life story. That could be considered a type of copyright infringement. Somebody could sue you for that. That's the reason why contracts and paperwork, having your ducks in a row, is very much important. But I just don't understand why Fi Babe was over there in a situation that I'm sure that she does not want to be in. Hold on. Dragons? Dragons? Let me put on my banner because I ain't heard you say nothing. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all, to get a banner to put up. Let's see. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna put my Nicki Minaj. Oh, Dragons left. Dragons, if you come back, let me see what she put. She says she gonna come back her mic. Okay, y'all. So she coming back. So I'm just gonna leave this banner up here. But yes. So I learned about all this stuff and I have to utilize this stuff in order to keep my own self protected whenever I'm trying to be out here making short films and writing scripts and doing my freelance stuff, that type of thing. And so that's why I just want to share this information. Because it seems like people just go by hearsay. Where they just done heard people just say this stuff. But what makes this person qualified to actually tell you this? You just heard somebody else say this. That, oh, you can play 1 minute. Oh, you can play 30 seconds. Oh, you can play it if you distort the voice. Oh, you can play if you speed up the voice. Oh, you can play it. No, you can't. And again, you could say this is for fair use under the guidelines of so and so and so for educational purpose, this type of purpose, blah, 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 the purpose. Bitch, that still can't, that won't stop nobody from suing the fuck out of your ass if they ain't told you that you could do that. If they ain't told you that you could use it, then you can't use it. That's just like you borrowing somebody's car without their permission and be like, well, this is just for fair use. This is for educational purposes because I'm trying to teach my son how to drive. This is for fair use and educational purposes because I'm trying to go here to show my son this and show my son that. If they didn't give you permission to use it, they didn't give you permission to use it. So they could still get you for theft, even though you talk about it's fair use. Well, I'm using this car for fair use. Bitch, please. I got your keys and driving your car around for fair use. Please. People be thinking that they know what they be talking about so much, and they really don't. And I just be sitting back here laughing. And I be like, but y'all call me the dummy. Child, bye. Bye. What's good, Nadia? I dropped my link for whoever else. Y'all, I got this banner up because the dragons person said she was about to be coming back. She ain't came back yet. But that's what she said. So if somebody steal $5 out your wallet, well, this was under the guidelines of fair use, and me stealing the $5 out your wallet, this was for educational purposes, and this was a fair use because I was taking this $5 to go do XYZ. No, if I didn't give you permission, I didn't give you permission. Now you done stole from me. I don't care how fair you thought it was, you done stole. So yeah, I'll put this link again. But that's really what I got, y'all. Kelsey Wilsey said, why didn't she just take the content down Why even fight the claim? I don't know. I'm not sure what Fabe was thinking about that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Can you hear me?
Lost brain cells?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Okay. How are you? I have a quick I came in at the very tail end of it, but I just wanted to make mention, I'm not sure if you could actually help me with it actually. I am a former artist. I've been assigned to many record labels. I'm older now. I no longer am in the entertainment industry in the music aspect, but I've had several people over in Brazil where they've just learned our type of music that I used to do back when I was in my 20s. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a resurrection of my music. And what they've been doing is uploading it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And when I appealed it, I struck it and I appealed it. And of course, Lost Brain Cells isn't my stage name, I have a real account. But
Okay. One
what they
second, lost
did,
brain cells. 1 second.
okay.
This you, Dragons?
Yeah, it's me.
Dragon?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But let lost brain
Okay,
cells let lost brain cells finish talking. But I
for
just
sure.
wanted to make sure before I put this banner down.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm not going to keep you.
Oh no,
So what they did was they added, normally for a music chorus, you have two bars.
uh-huh.
They simply added two additional bars, but it's still my music, my bars, but they made the chorus 4 bars long. And YouTube allowed them to do that. They said I lost my appeal. So I said, so if Beyonce, not comparing myself, but if somebody takes Beyonce's music and just basically remixes it, same song, but just make her chorus to whichever song she has and make it a 4 stanza instead of a 2 stanza,
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce wouldn't have a leg to stand on. So I just, it seems like YouTube is kind of finicky when it comes down to copyright infringement because this person didn't write the song I did, didn't go to the studio, doesn't receive royalties I do, isn't with BMI I am, but they were simply allowed to just add two additional of my voice, two additional bars, and
Mm-hmm.
they said because they made it their own, they were able to keep my music up and they're getting paid so many. I mean, like it's, if you look at my page for the music and you look at their page over in Brazil, my music, they have so many more spins and likes and views than I do on my own music.
Gotcha. Well, I see that Nadia is saying they made it their own intellectual property, which could be the case, but I have to tell you this, lost brain cells. Since you got here to the end, or at the end, let me present my screen again, because what I was expressing for everybody to do, and this including you for sure, is here. This is the U.S. Copyright Office. This is where you learn the ins and outs about copyright, and music is listed here. Um,
Okay.
Music is listed. And I will read this again. Copyright is a type of intellectual property that protects original works of authorship as soon as an author fixes the work in a tangible form of expression. In copyright law, there are a lot of different types of works, including paintings, photographs, illustrations, musical compositions, which is what you are saying,
Right.
sound recordings, which is what you are saying,
Mm-hmm.
computer programs, books, poems, blog posts, movies, architectural works, plays, and so much more. This gives you the ins and outs of copyright. This is where you typically register your original work, and even right here, whenever I clicked on registration, it actually shows other digital content, which I would assume that would be where your music will lie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, recordation. It speaks about a recording system, video tutorials, licensing, all of this.
Gotcha.
Now, the
Okay.
only thing that I'm thinking that might be to your detriment is what I'm showing you is based on the United States.
Not
You were telling me
Brazil.
that somebody outside of the United States is doing something.
Right.
So that's why I'm not sure. Because if those people are up in Brazil, I don't know what you could be able to do because that's a different jurisdiction.
Exactly. Okay.
I would say that you could start with the United States Copyright Office and actually go if you explore that site, you will be able to either try to register your stuff or even try to file some type of copyright complaint. And then once you file that, I'm sure that somebody will reach out to you, whether it's via email or phone call or something like that, to follow up
Mm-hmm.
with you. Then you can let them know about the aspect of it being over there in Brazil.
Okay. Okay. I thank you so much for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. Well, I'm happy you came up here. Thank you. And thank you for not porn bombing me.
Of course not. Okay. All
All right.
right. Bye bye.
All right, bye. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
That
So now we
that
got
was funny.
but dragons. Let me cut
Girl,
you.
you right. You right. You right. You right. You right. You right. Now, I might have got a little what you call it, and did my little take on what had just took place. But like I said, I ain't taking no sides because there could be a twist in this. Now, you're
No, but
right
wait
about
a second, dragons. First off, we have one thing to talk about before you get into your commentary.
no,
Did you just not go over there trying to drag me over there on Nessus because I did the interview with Jessica Michelle?
no, I haven't been over there. I was
Yes,
saying hi to her, but I wasn't up on her platform talking about you.
you talked about me that same night that she called
No,
herself
I didn't.
dragging me.
No,
Yes,
I
you did.
didn't. You
Yes, you
must have
did.
heard silly dog voice. That wasn't mine, girl.
That was you and them white micro
Talking about
braids
you.
that you got. Them white micro braids that you got
Well,
going down, don't going
then
down your back.
okay,
That was you.
okay. Well, maybe I said probably you went too far with the whole
You
nesting,
can't
and
tell me
she's
I'm
not
going too far
dragging
by
you.
doing an interview up on my platform, ma'am. And you damn sure can't get over there trying to drag me for doing an
I
interview.
didn't drag you. I
Girl,
didn't drag you.
I heard you over there. So
Everybody was like,
I need you to know that I
J.Dunn
heard you
going
over
too
there
far
before
with
you
this
get over here
nesting.
trying to be goody good with me
Everybody
because
was
I don't
going.
play that
Everybody
bullshit.
said you was going too far with the whole J. Michelle thing. Everybody
I
was
can
saying
interview
that.
whoever the
That
fuck I
was
want to
that
interview on
wasn't
my
that. I
platform.
didn't give a fuck that much. I'm like, girl, that shit crazy. I didn't really
You
care
gave a
that
fuck as
much.
long as Ness was over there
I
pissed
ain't
off.
get
You
that
gave a fuck.
much.
Now
I
that
did
you
not
over
gain
here,
that much.
now that you over here up on my platform, now you didn't give a fuck. But when you
I
was over
really
there with
didn't
Ness,
at then.
cussing me
I
out,
didn't then.
cussing
I
Sean
said,
out, cussing
I
Jessica
said,
Michelle out,
I
cussing
didn't cuss
Kevin
her
out,
out.
you gave a fuck.
I
Don't
want you
come
to
over
bring
here
up
playing my
receipts that
face
I
like you
cursed
wasn't over there
you
doing
and
that
her out.
bullshit because
Bring
you was.
receipts up that I cursed you both out. Bring receipts up on that video that I cursed you both out for that shit. I had added look commentary like, bitch, she going too far with this shit. This shit is dumb. I might have said that, but I ain't never cursed you out. Or that girl. I don't even know that girl.
I will go and find it.
Find it.
Tell you.
Find
Yeah.
it.
Now you know I don't mind posting the receipt up on my community wall.
I
You know
know
I
that.
don't mind doing
I
that.
know that. I ain't had no dislike for you. I'm like, damn, like I can't have a commentary just like you have a commentary. You fight with motherfuckers every day about your
Well,
shit about like
if
if I
you
can
had
get
a
my commentary.
commentary,
I'm like, bitch, she might be going too far, but that's her shit. I can't stop you from doing shit, J.Dunn.
if you have a commentary about it, you could have easily clicked the link that night up on my live, just like everybody else
I
did.
went to
Hold
sleep,
on.
G. I
But
went to
instead,
sleep.
what you did was you went right over to Nessus while she was over there spazzing out, having a conniption fit, trying to drag everybody up on my platform, and you clicked that link to have your commentary. Don't have your commentary behind my
And
back
she
when I'm
tried,
already
and
live.
then she dragged,
I
and
don't
then she tried to
I don't play
drag
that
me.
type of
It ain't
bullshit.
behind your
If you
back.
got
You were
commentary,
there. You
click
were there.
live
You
and you
were
tell me
there,
how you feel
J.Dunn.
about it.
You were there. You were there. So how I
I
felt
was
about
still
it, since I'm
on my
on
line.
your platform, well, since I'm here, I can tell you that shit was going too far because it was stupid at that point to keep dragging it out like what you doing that for. But then it's like, you know what? You got your own fucking reason. But at the end of the day, that didn't mean I hate you and that I'm against you because I fucking was on her platform adding a little commentary to the shit. Like, damn.
And hold up. Viewers of you blocked me out of the chat for whatever reason. That's why you can't even see me. So why are you up in here laughing at ha 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 he? Please. Cause I don't even know what in the fuck I did to your ass for you to have done blocked me. But you all of a sudden unblocked me, but now you laughing so comfortably up in here. The fuck?
And bitch, I don't like her either. Her motherfucking ass be thinking she could do skits. I don't like her motherfucking ass just like Jay. I ain't talking about you, J.Dunn. I'm talking about that J. Michelle because I don't like how she was messy about the whole situation and all this shit. Like, I had both of that on that. Like, I'm like, I didn't like how she went about it, and then I'm like, oh, now she gonna go to J.Dunn's. And J.Dunn finna get her coin off of it, but it's like, this shit going too motherfucking far. This shit stupid, but let it go because it's the beef sector. I ain't give a fuck though, really.
At
And
the end of the day, at the end of the day, oh well, if you share my video view, then I appreciate it. Thank you.
you feel me?
At the end of the day, Dragons, Jessica Michelle had every right to defend herself, given the fact that I was the one who dropped the receipt about them. Ain't no way
Right.
that you gonna tell me, wait a second, let me talk. Ain't no way that you could tell me that I'm the one who listened to them backstage, dropped the receipt about their ass. You was the first person up on the community wall post talking your shit about her. And then when she asked me that she wanted to give her side of the story up here, then you want to have a problem talking about it's going too far. Why is it going too far?
Because
I'm still motherfucking talking.
it's because of her.
Why is it that I'm going too far? Because I'm letting this same woman that I dropped the receipt on to come up here and have a discussion with me about what she was doing back there. That's all
Right,
that was.
Yeah, because it seemed like to everybody when the shit was going down, J.Dunn, it seemed like to everybody now that she was clout chasing and she reaching and this and that, going from what Ness and them was saying. Now, okay,
Well,
you
even
can't
if she
fault
is,
me for that.
even if she is clout chasing, it's my clout. If she over here with me, it's
That's
my
your
clout.
clout. That's your clout. That's your business.
So what you mad for? So
Basically,
what you mad about?
and mad, G. I was basically saying shit going too far with this whole little bullshit about who want to sleep with who and who talking to who, and they was finding out that they was pulling plays on that. That's what that shit was. Now, when it came to you, I was all this shit. You know, now she trying to drag it out, not you, her per se, on J.Dunn's channel, and I was all she giving her this clout that she don't deserve because she's not getting out the mud. She's doing this
She
shit.
don't deserve.
I tell you shit. I never tell you shit. I ain't gotta tell you shit. I don't have to, and it ain't my business to tell you shit or anybody else, vice versa, on me. Period. I said what I said.
And that's fine. And I just said what the fuck I said.
Okay, that's cool. And okay, and we're gonna move on, or we're gonna argue.
I'm honestly trying to figure out because that's one thing that I don't play
no
is
problem
that
with
you over there had that much shit to say about me and now you up here ready to talk, bitch.
I ain't had that motherfucking much to say. Shit. I ain't had that much to say about it.
What do you have to contribute?
Shit.
Well, maybe you just click the link so that I could address you because you
no.
know.
You talking about that? I had to contribute to that. I'm talking about this whole new situation. You talking about that? What do I have to contribute to that?
No, I'm talking about
the other situation. Like I ain't got shit to contribute to that other bullshit. I'm talking about this right now. That's going on right now, and letting you know, bitch, you right. Shit, that shit crazy as fuck. And number one, yeah, the legal situations could fall back on fire because of what she's doing now. I was just agreeing with your ass. If I'm getting faulted for fucking agreeing with your ass, then so fucking be it.
I don't fault you for agreeing with me. You already know what I just faulted you for. Please do not try to twist it.
I didn't, but I'm saying
if I decide to do an interview with this Heat's mama, I could do it.
And that's your business. That's your
It is my business.
That's your motherfucking prerogative. I don't feel no way about it because I ain't the one sitting up in this motherfucking sector invested like that in motherfuckers. I'm just giving my motherfucking commentary.
How am I invested with?
It came off hard. It ain't talking about just you or you in particular, J.Dunn. stop taking it so personal, like you were so involved, but you did get involved.
I got involved because Jessica Michelle wanted her side of the story to come out after I put my receipt. Period.
Okay, okay, and why didn't she address the fact that, hey,
You
you
can't
showed
ask me
this?
why she didn't address anything because I'm not her.
Okay, well, shit, that is what it is then. She ain't addressed the shit. You was backstage. You showed us the fucking receipt that they were backstage talking, and that was around the time everybody was looking at this heat as somebody who's fake and phony towards Ness and that J. Michelle shit.
Correct. And I just allowed the person to come up here and give her point of view. That's all. So for
Okay.
y'all to be pissed off and mad,
I wasn't
fuck
pissed
you
off.
mad.
She was pissed off. I wasn't
Well,
that
well,
pissed off. I'm
whoever the
just
fuck,
like, this
hold
shit
on.
going too far,
Whoever the
man.
fuck was
That's
pissed
what I
off.
said that for. That's why I said that for. I'm like, why the fuck this even going too far? Why the motherfucker so mad? Like everybody's so mad about this. Like this is what happened. They showed their side. You showed your side. Like I'm like, shit. They all should just let this shit fucking go. I'm like, man, J.Dunn taking this too far. She might be taking this too far. She taking this motherfucker shit too far with this shit. But it is what it is because it's the B sector. But on top of that, it's like, damn, this shit is some little shit. That's
No,
all I'm saying. It was some little
it
shit.
was commentary. Just because my commentary upset Ness, that doesn't mean that it wasn't commentary.
It was commentary. I ain't saying that it wasn't. I never said it wasn't. I'm just saying this shit. It was dumb, G.
It wasn't dumb at all.
It was dumb.
That's why my video that I did for only
I ain't
2 hours has outperformed Ness video, in which she was on there for almost 4.5 hours.
right, and I'm not saying your commentary was dumb for doing that. I'm saying this whole situation was fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying.
Miss Toby, no, I didn't give her permission for that, but it's cool. I'm not pressed about a cash app. So it's fine. What's good, Gigi, with the juice and everybody? You gotta chill, all of y'all. But yeah, okay. So about the copyright, what do you have to contribute? Cause yeah, I don't like that type of
That,
bullshit.
well, that's okay. Well, that's my bad. If I whatever, but at the end of the day, that's my commentary too towards that. That was how I felt. Like this shit is just being blown out of proportion. That's how I felt. Okay, on that, but it got blown out of proportion. It is what it is. Did you see me say anything else about it? Did you see me make videos about it? Her bitch make videos about it and talk about you and all this shit. Did I do any of that? No. Did I wait for her to
Well,
go live again to say something else about you? No, because I don't have hate towards you at all.
well, that's fine. I wasn't about to be fake with your ass without
That's
addressing you.
cool.
That's
That's
all.
cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Because I don't expect you to be. All right? I don't at all.
Okay,
Now,
so what do you think about the copyright and the bystander effect?
well, I feel like this shit, what she doing now. I agree with you. When she go to court and try to explain this situation, and knowing she's the defendant, that could work against her by doing what she did today. I do agree with that. Now, I ain't taking nothing from it. Now, everybody looking at the fact that, oh, she took a name, but you got to understand the ins and outs of this shit because she took a content first, and that is what the claim is about. Now, it might not be legally copywritten on YouTube. It shows though that it was creative work. Now, she went to LegalZoom. It shows you sign up before you begin. They want to make sure that your work is
Your
eligible
mic
for
messing up. Are
copyright
you moving
protection.
around? Your mic messing up. You
No,
moving
no,
around?
no, 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 no. No. Hold on.
Okay.
No.
It was messing up a little bit, but cause it's like
Oh,
going
my
in and
bad.
out.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Because, girl, I'm doing more than one thing on this motherfucker. Okay, so I hope. Wait, is it working?
It might be working right now, but you will have to talk a little bit more.
All right, all right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So when going through LegalZoom, they make sure before you begin that your work is eligible for copyright protection. In general, a copyright can protect original creative works such as books, songs, photographs, and computer programs. They say on LegalZoom, however, if your work falls into one of the following categories, it does not qualify, and that for copyright protection, which means titles, names, short phrases and slogans, ideas and concepts that are not expressed in tangible work, blank forms, works that have not been written down or recorded, works to which you have not contributed anything original or creative or useful articles. So VS, the original, can fight back because she has creative work. She has the name already there. She might have not had it legally done, but the work is there. So they're going to see she did this work first, and she can fight back, and she can still be legalized and get her name back, possibly by calling LegalZoom, letting them know it was a false buyer as well, and that is recorded on her live. This can be backfiring on
Well,
the
but
world.
Dragons, I think you might have I think you might have missed the memo. This live is not to give VS advice on how she can continue.
Oh,
This is
I'm
me.
not, but I'm
This
just
is
reading.
me. This is me letting Five Babe know the error in her own ways, in the fact that many of the people up in her chat didn't tell her what she was doing incorrectly.
This correct, correct, and I'm reading from this, and I agree with that. This is not to give VS advice. I am just saying to you what I am seeing here, that I'm saying to her, VS can fight this back if you're doing this. So it's like it all boils down to why did you spend your money on this, and this can counteract in court against you if nobody told her
That I
that.
can agree with.
You
That
feel
I
me?
can agree with. Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. And shit, people should read G, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I got to contribute to that. And my apologies if I spazzed out on you because that Jessica situation, but I was through with it. It was dumb, G. To even progress with, you got your commentary, they got their commentary, everybody got their commentary to that. I didn't have a like towards it because I felt like old girl was fishing and she want to be noticed or this and that, and she got noticed. So it's what it is, but it's like I just felt like that situation was dumb, even though people did their commentary on it. I just felt like it was dumb, and I ain't taking that back because it was
Okay.
it was
And you entitled to your feelings, just like I'm entitled to any interview. And if I wanted to interview Jessica Michelle tomorrow
yeah,
afternoon at three
you could
o'clock, I'm
interview
gonna do it.
shit. You could interview Barney for all I gave a fuck. And it's still gonna be commentary. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no matter who's in the beef sector and who's not. You feel me? It's all commentary. Everything is all commentary. So it was like I was just over that
Okay.
situation personally. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I wasn't like trying to take sides and totally because everybody knows I be over there. But that don't mean like I didn't feel a certain way about what transpired with them because she's letting her go this far with this bullshit, dealing with these females. Now, that is what it is on another note, but that's her business, and I
Okay.
can't tell her who to fuck with.
Okay.
So just like I can't
And you can't
tell
tell me
you
who to
who to
fuck with
fuck with
either.
either. Exactly.
Right. So yeah, well that's fine, Dragons. Well, okay. Well,
All right.
I'm gonna get back to my commentary, but I'm happy we were able to have that discussion.
All right. So thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, y'all. That was Dragons. It's unfortunate that my educational video had to be beef sector messy. But when I saw her click that link, y'all, I could not have a conversation with her without addressing what it really was. So now, let me get back to one last thing that I had wanted to add to Babe Nation. Cause I know y'all up in here, but y'all ain't dropping down because y'all know I'm speaking facts. Like my video if y'all up in here. But one thing that I will say, y'all ain't doing Fi Babe no favors by going through and super chatting her live while she is awaiting this court appearance. Let me repeat it. Y'all ain't doing her no favors by doing all these super chats thinking y'all shitting on somebody when all y'all doing is handing over VS the concrete proof that Fi Babe is over there making tons of money off her videos so she could pay her whatever she trying to get. If y'all actually were on Fi Babe's side and were smart about it, y'all would just be cash apping her only. Anytime y'all putting all them colors through the chat and it's showing up there, Fi Babe can't go to the court and say, well, judge, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Oh no, yes you can. You can, because look at this video, Your Honor. Look at that video, Your Honor. Look at all this money that get pouring into her videos, and she used some of my content, Your Honor. Look at all that. That $100 right there. She just got $50. She just got another 100. She got 20. She got this. Y'all ain't doing her no favors thinking that y'all showing out by putting all these colors up on her videos while she is under this type of scrutiny. And no, I'm not pocket watching and I'm not counting her pockets. But what I'm saying is, you may want to wait until this case is over and done with before you continue to do that. Because Fi Babe ain't going to be able to go up in there and say that she can't afford XYZ when the proof is on every video. It's on every video. Actually, Stop Crying TV. Fi didn't give me this content. I was talking about copyright issues when I heard about what was happening. And like what I said at the beginning, I first spoke about it on Dovey's platform. I did a little banter and debate with Dovey about it. Then I was on Brianna's platform, in which I did a debate with Brianna and Brooke about it. And I think Brianna removed the video. I don't know what happened. But whenever I went, the video was not there. The video was not there when I went to go watch the replay. It was not there. So I don't know what Brianna did with that video. But I initially wasn't even going to make a video talking about this, because I assumed that me clicking a couple of platforms and debating with them about it was going to get the word out. But what I am noticing, and please like my video, is that despite what we all see and what we know to be true and what we know to be happening, Babe Nation thinking they doing Fi a favor by showing on the video the type of money that Fi makes on here. Now that's where the problem comes in. You, Babe Nation, is allowing VS to be able to present in court exactly what Fi Babe makes on a given video. I can see you, Brooke. I don't know what you're talking about. Brooke, see, when you drop down and you say stupid ass shit, hold on. When you say stupid ass shit when I can see you, child, I didn't block you nowhere, Brooke. I was just on the platform with you. I was just on the platform over there on Brianna's with you. Why would I block you? Why would I block you? No, I'm not going to block Brooke. I'm not going to block Brooke. I don't have no problem with Brooke. But I'm like, how did I block you? And I was just on the platform with you. Oh, Brooke said not me. Okay. But anyway, y'all, at the end of the day, showing out with money on that lady's videos is only going to help VS out until this whole court situation is squared away. And that's all I really got to say, y'all. I think that's the last point that I wanted to make about this particular situation. I hope that y'all learned a thing or two from me today. And I hope that y'all carry it with y'all, and definitely check out the copyright.gov website for the United States Copyright Office, so that you can know for certain what you can do and what you can't do, what people can sue you for and what people cannot, what you can get a strike for and what you cannot get a strike. And again, that's the reason why I was able to strike Brian. He thought he was so smart, changing up my voice, changing up the clip, doing all this type of shit. But he wasn't. I gave his ass a strike. Period. Anyway, we'll see how this all plays out. I appreciate y'all for joining me, y'all. Y'all know I don't stay too long. Thank you to the panelists. Thank you to the lady who came up, lost brain cells. Thank you to Dragons, even though she did some fake phony shit. And y'all know, once I end this live, I'm not gonna cuss you out, Brooke. I'm not gonna cuss you out, Brooke. I'm just like, Brooke, what in the hell you talking about? Ain't nobody blocking you over here. So that's all. My bad, Brooke. But to the Dragons lady who came on here, she was over there dragging me, and y'all know once I get off here, I'm gonna go and find my receipt of her over there trying to cuss me out and drag me so that I could show her. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for joining me. Y'all take care, be blessed, don't stress. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I will talk to y'all later. And if you catching a replay like my video, y'all,